Hi, everybody. We are here with Ellie Kerchner. Hi, Ellie. It is so nice to meet you. Thank you so much for doing this.
Absolutely. Happy to be a part of it. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Okay, why don't we start with you introducing yourself a little bit? Why don't you tell us where you work? How long have you been in sales?
Sure. So I am 24 years old. I've been in sales since I was 19. I started in BDC for Volkswagen, actually, and it grew over the years into something that I'm very proud of. So I am now a salesperson for Ciocca Chevrolet here in Westchester, Pennsylvania, and I love it.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you what you were doing before you got into car sales, but it seems like that's pretty much all you know at 19. Were you doing anything before you got into the BDC?
Thank you so much for asking. I was actually a waitress. So I feel like it one stepped really, really well. It's something that I was really good at. It helped me move out of my social anxiety a lot. And I feel like it was a huge part of why I'm able to do this job.
Tell me more about that. So you were suffering from anxiety while you were waitressing?
So it's something that I got diagnosed with pretty young. I struggled with it really badly in high school. I always had a hard time communicating how I felt, and being a waitress, being face to face with person after person after person after person, it taught me how to be myself in a way that was presentable and I could have fun with the job. So by the time I got into BDC, I was really good at communicating with people and finding resolutions for maybe issues they were having, but it worked out well for me.
Now you have to, like, this adds a whole different dimension to being in BDC because from what I understand, not having been in BDC ever
Mhm.
myself, you deal with a lot of rejection every single
Yes,
day in every way, shape, or form. Can you tell us what that experience was like?
that's a phenomenal question. Yes, so BDC, it's 7 out of 10. Seven people are going to tell you no. Three might tell you yes at the end of the day. So I was in BDC, oh, what was that, then 4.5 years before I started full time in sales. And yeah, it got me so into the habit of hearing the no's, finding the objections, being able to work around people's problems, and finding a resolution that made them feel comfortable with not only working with me, but the kind of dealerships have a reputation and nobody's shy with that. We know that a lot of people don't trust us. So if without body language, I can communicate to you that you can trust us and that we're here to help, it means a lot to people.
If anybody's listening right now who is maybe doing BDC or maybe they're a car salesperson doing their own calls and they're struggling with all of that rejection and it's starting to feel a little demoralizing, what would you say to them?
I would say keep going, keep trying, new find new scripts, talk to people who have been in the business for a really long time. I was extremely lucky to have mentors who were in the automotive industry for 20 plus years. And everybody always was so helpful and helped me learn new word tracks. But at the end of the day, the big takeaway was to be a person. Don't be a robot. Don't say the same thing to every single person. Don't make someone feel like a dollar sign. Take them down to the human being of it. This is a person making a large investment and they're gonna tell you no over and over and over again until it feels as right for them as it would for the next person. So
Okay, I want to follow the thread of you having mentors. So, do you remember a particular situation or something that happened when you learned a really valuable lesson that you still carry through to this day, or something that everybody can learn from?
love that. Sure. So I had a mentor at Volkswagen. His name is Mike. I'll even call him out because I still speak to him. He's a great guy, huge family man, very, very helpful. One day I took a call from a customer who was tough. He didn't want to talk to a dealership. He didn't want to be a part of the dealership process. I got called names. I got belittled. It's all stuff that I was used to, but that particular day I felt a little bit more. It took it to heart, it really, really hurt. I approached Mike, I was all teary, just I don't know what to do with this client. I don't understand what's wrong. What am I saying? And Mike said, all right, you know what, Ellie, come with me. We're going to sit down in one of the offices and we're going to call him together. I was like, oh, Mike, I don't know if you want to put yourself in that. And he's like, no, 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 we got it. We got it. So we sit down and we call the customer together, and same thing, roadblock after roadblock. He said, "Why are you calling me? I already told your salesperson, just leave me alone." And Mike said, "Hey, sir, listen, you inquired on one of our vehicles here, which means I know you're actively shopping and you're in the market." And the guy's like, "Yeah, so?" And he's like, "At the end of the day, we're here to help. We're here to find a problem that you're having," which it sounds like he ended up telling us his car had failed on him, something he wasn't expecting. He didn't want to be in this process. He didn't want to buy a car. And he's like, "So at the end of the day, we're only here to help find a resolution to that problem. Now, if we can work together and find something that makes sense for both of us, I think that would be, helpful for every party." And he basically taught me de-escalation, how to kind of take it from the root of the problem and work our way up. And I got to sit there and listen to what turned out to be a beautiful call. He got the appointment. Guy came in and ended up buying a car from us, left a glowing review with my name on it, which was a bit hysterical because it's like, it's all thanks to Mike. But I was lucky to have people in the business who didn't let my emotions get in the way of my job. And it's something that I carry with me very much so now.
So if you could summarize, what was the lesson that you got from that situation?
Don't let don't let someone's anger and fear of the dealership process get in the way of you doing your best job.
I love it. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. That
Thank
is
you.
totally gold. Um, so how did you go from BDC to car sales? Before we hear the answer to that really juicy question from our guest, I wanted to tell you how I found her, how she ended up on this video in this interview. I found her on TikTok because she had a strong presence, because she was using the right hashtags, because she knew what she was doing. And that is how your customers find you. That is how you establish your authority in the marketplace. That is how car salespeople make their mark and take control of their careers, by being online. And you need to be on TikTok if you're not already. My name is Ina. I'm the AutoSocial Gal, and I'm a social media strategist for car salespeople, for car dealerships. And I have helped hundreds of people with their online presence over the past decade. And now, for the first time ever, I have created a Mastering TikTok for Car Sales course that you can have right now and learn everything I know about how to show up on TikTok, attract your right customers, and also make the experience be right for you. It doesn't have to be silly dances. It doesn't have to be complicated scripts or skits. It can be whatever you want it to be. And in this course, I really put everything that I know so that you can have the kind of presence that is gonna make you go from unknown to unforgettable, so that people want to drive 2 hours out of their way to come and buy cars from you. I have you with the list of equipment that you need, with all of the TikTok features. I am going to show you exactly around the app. I'm going to show you how to simplify the analytics process. You don't have to know everything right off the bat to be successful. I'm going to show you how to stand out with your unique personality. I'm going to show you the viral examples so that they inspire you and you know exactly what to post, and so much more. And all of this can be yours right now. And I want to give you a very special $15 off code. The price of the course is going to keep changing. I just put this out there, and the price is going to continue to increase. So don't rest thinking that the price is going to stay the same, and grab this code right here for your $15 off, no matter what the price of the course is. Just code this QR code, take a picture of this QR code, or go to autosocialgal.com/TT for TikTok, get it? And use the code YTGals, that stands for YouTube Gals, so that I know you came from this video and you're coming from here. It's all in that QR code. If you go to autosocialgal.com/TT, it already has the code baked into it, and you can go and grab it right now, because I want to see you on TikTok so that I can go and invite you to be on this YouTube channel, elevate your authority, and inspire others. All right, now let's go back to the interview.
Great question. So I was in BDC. I moved from Florida to Pennsylvania 3 years ago. Applied for a few BDC positions in the area. Met a wonderful manager here at Ciocca Chevrolet at the time. Very, very small team. Only one other agent at the time. So I started working, and it's a very tight team. They've always had about 5 salespeople, 2 sales managers. So we're very involved. And over the years, with my wonderful managers, Mike and Zach and Brian, every time they would work with me on a call or work with me with a customer, they're like, people really take to you. It seems like they hear you out and you can communicate in a way that works for them. And about, I want to say, a little over a year and a half ago, my GM sat me down and said, "Hey, we have a sales position coming up. Do you want it?" And I told him no. I was like, "Nope, I'm too scared. I don't think I can do this face to face thing. It's one thing to talk to somebody over the phone where they can't see me, where they can't read how I feel, that I'm nervous." And Zach was like, "No, I swear, I know you can handle it." So he talked me into it after 6 months. Um, and I started officially. I'm actually coming up on a year in November.
Oh, that's amazing. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy anniversary. So, do you remember when you first started doing this face to face? What do you think was your biggest challenge that you had to overcome?
I am I'm very communicative, and you can read my expressions. And I felt like I was nervous, that people could feel I was nervous, that I couldn't get over that barrier. My first ever customer on the sales floor was sort of dropped in my lap on a busy Saturday. I wasn't expecting it. And I all I could think to myself was like, can he tell I'm scared? Can he tell that I'm nervous, that I don't know how to talk to him? And it worked out amazing. The clients are incredible. Everybody was so welcoming. And over time, that nerve goes away. So I feel much better now.
Um, what do you think is the biggest misconception that people have when they start doing sales that you want to dispel right now?
That it's easy money. I know a lot of people end up thinking that sales is the type of job where you can work. I mean, the stigma is going to be that you work long hours, but at the end of the day, you're your own business. The way you talk to your customers, how often you keep up with people, the amount of work that you put in is directly connected to how you make your money at the end of the day. But regardless, it's not easy, but it is fun and it's so rewarding. And I love working with my clients. And I think I'm very lucky to be in this position.
Do you have a favorite customer story?
Oh, I think I have a few um, over the years, but I'll tell my favorite one. I was on the sales floor for about 6 weeks. It was December. We had had a beautiful pre-owned Corvette on the showroom floor for couple months. Couple months. So we're in the winter time. Nobody's really shopping for sports cars. It's a busy Saturday, and I see this couple approach the sales floor, and they walk in, and they're kind of walking on the Corvette. And I walked up, introduced myself, shook his hand. Just very warm people right off the bat. Very, very kind, very sweet. And I'm not going to run through the whole story, but we ended up coming to terms that worked for the gentleman, and he ended up taking the car home. And my favorite part was that at the end he looked at me and he goes, "Ellie, did you think I was going to buy a car when you met me?" I said, "Rich, that wasn't my job to assume. It was my job to walk you through and make it as easy as possible, and the end decision is yours." And he just smiled and gave me a hug. And his wife, she was glowing. She's like, "He's been shopping for these for 2 years. Nobody's closed him. Nobody's been able to get him to buy a car." She's like, "You must have had something, kid." And I don't know if it was naivety or beginner's luck, but I still stay in touch with those clients. They come in for service often, and they always revisit and tell me how great of an experience it was, not to feel pressured and just to feel truly taken care of. And I am so blessed to have that kind of experience with a client.
I love that. What would be your best advice to customers?
Do your research. I have no problem with it. At the end of the day, we're in an era where everything is available online. And that's a beautiful thing for clients. It's not the 90s where you walk in and what you see is what you get, and you have no idea of really what's being offered to you or what can be offered to you. These days, everything is available online, and it's really smart to be a smart consumer. I fully support my clients in that. Do as much research as you need. At the end of the day, I'm going to be here tomorrow, next week, next month. And when you feel comfortable, I'm going to be here for you.
I love that. That was so good. Okay, let's switch gears a little bit and talk a little
Sure.
bit about social media. I'd love to just get a sense
Yes.
for how important do you think social media is as a car salesperson?
I think it's huge. I'm lucky to work with quite a few gentlemen who have been in the business for 30 years, who all of this is very, very new to them. But I love seeing the surgence of social media, seeing all the dealerships that are on TikTok, all of the people who are really building on that platform is so cool. It allows such a personal connection with people and clients. And one of the biggest benefits that I found of it is that you can really, excuse me, dig in and explain to people things they don't understand about buying a car.
Yeah.
So I love it. I think it's pivotal. I think it's a huge deal.
What is your best social media hack?
Okay. Always engage people, ask questions. People love giving their thoughts, just like all of us do. So by presenting a question for an answer, one of the best videos that I've done recently was, "Hey, car sales people, how late have you stayed to help a customer?" And it did really well. And the comments were 11 p.m., 1 a.m., midnight. And it engaged people. It gave them a chance to give their thoughts. And I loved that.
I actually saw that video. That was an amazing, that was
Thank you.
brilliant.
Thank
That
you.
was a brilliant hook. So I love that tip. I am imagining there is a woman out there who just started doing car sales, and she's probably, like, likely one of the only women in the entire dealership. And she may be having trouble fitting in or adjusting to this environment. What would you say to her?
I know the feeling well. It was me. I was the only female BDC person and the only female salesperson for a very long time. I got lucky, and we recently hired another young lady who is wonderful. It's great to have, that backbone, but coming from the experience of it, um, let it roll right off your shoulders. Let it roll right off your shoulders. You're going to hear things. People are going to say things. You're going to read things online about women salespeople and our performance. And then we get things handed to us, and let it roll right off your shoulders. Do the best that you have, do the best of your ability with every client you have, and just keep working because that's what you have to offer. So,
Yeah. Ultimately, like, you're there to do a job. You're there to
yes,
go and serve your clients. Ultimately, that's
correct.
what you're there for.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. And so finally, I want you to imagine that I'm putting you in front of a stage, and the stadium is full of car saleswomen. What is your big message to them?
Hmm. The world needs us. They need women's car salespeople. They need women consultants. They need people that they feel safe with. Um, and just keep at it. Keep at it because women car salespeople, we do it well. You can feel the empathy and the love that women car salespeople have to offer, especially coming from perspectives of feeling unsafe in dealerships or not sure how to navigate them. And it's it's a place that lacks. There's not enough of us quite yet, and I hope to see a lot more of them with programs like this. Kind of showing people that we can do it. We got this.
Thank you so much for this. Please tell everybody where to find you, how to reach you, and where to follow you on social.
Yeah, so please go to Ellie in Sales on TikTok. My email is the exact same, ellieinsales@gmail.com, or feel free to give a call to Ciocca Chevrolet in Westchester and ask for Ellie.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Ellie. You've been
Thank you,
wonderful.
Ina.
We're all going to come and see you in Pennsylvania. Really, thank you so much for
Yay,
your
thank
insights today.
you. Thank you so much. It's been very fun.